Good morning, everyone from Colorado. I am the founder of Adelante. We are a nonprofit in Colorado. We served about 1,000 businesses in Colorado a year. And one of the issues that many of these businesses faced was the permit license and inspections in order for them to really have the best business that they could dream for. So in 2017, I learned of so many barriers food truck owners had to operate a business. Colorado is top 5, maybe with the most food trucks in the United States. So that means a lot of businesses facing those problems. So I went very brave. I went to the Colorado Municipal League. They represent 272 cities of the state. And I told them, we have a problem. And they said, that's your problem, not the municipalities. Imagine that. So I came back and strategized. So in 2019, again, I went with another group of partners, and we decided to bring together to the governor's table so that he can sign a bill where he would introduce a stakeholder committee where we can all figure out the logistical licenses, remove the bureaucracy of duplicity of licenses across the state. And that was supposed to start as a signed bill in 2020. All of us know what happened in 2020. So this stakeholder committee never took place. But I continue to hear from all of the community the stress of navigating the permit and inspection system. So in 2025, we successfully, finally, after 7 years, passed the first state legislation that removed the duplicity of licenses across the state. Yes. So meaning in 2025, individuals that are operating a similar license like California, Texas, and Florida, the difference is that in Colorado, you can see some of the other states that have championed similar policies. The difference is that in Colorado now, because we were able to listen to the community and really bring form policy, now all of the health inspections that would normally be required by every city, every county, now you only have to have one license across the state, meaning less time as a business owner, less money you have to spend. And actually, the community or the businesses were already paying for a service that many cities were not actually doing an inspection. They would just check mark, you already have a license from another city, that's okay, you don't have to do the inspection, let's just go ahead and give you the license. So it was not a fair system. But we were able to really build this community, working a lot with bilingual nonprofit organizations, having a lot of sessions around the business community, and engaging deep problem conversations like what would it look like if these barriers were removed? How many people would benefit? And so a lot of people came, the food organizations, other nonprofits, government entities. It was not an easy process because we as a nonprofit had to put the place, the location, the food, and getting a lot of people together to be on the same mindset. So it definitely took a lot of opportunity for us to build the collaboration. But ultimately, we were very focused on culturally, since the majority of these businesses we assumed it were Latino businesses, but they were not. We received over 300 surveys, and the majority of them were English-speaking only population, which we didn't even intend at the beginning to listen to everybody. But this is across the board. Like, it doesn't matter about the language or about the culture. It matters about the bureaucracy of too much legislation for these food trucks. So we changed the narrative. This is an example of one business owner that had to apply for business license, sales tax license, employee tax, food inspection, health inspector, fire inspection, you name it. We're talking about, over 40 licenses and permits to operate in Colorado, right? Fast forward, we're able to reduce these to, 1/4 of the requirement, based on the cities that they want to work. So this work could be happening in your communities if you have the opportunity to listen to your customers and to really understand what they are going through, and how do you, as a stakeholder, bring policy together through stakeholder commitment. So what did we do? From voice to policy, we did storytelling. We got a lot of data. We really literally, surveys, focus groups, testimony, and then we utilized social media to make sure that we were up in front of community in several languages so that we can really get the message across. And then we were able to collaborate with Representative Manny Rutnell, which he was a tremendous ally to our community. And we empowered the community to go and speak, to testify. So the overview of House Bill 25-1295 really, like I mentioned, established a clear statewide definition for mobile food establishments. We are now in the process of creating the implementation roadmap that we can give to municipalities so that they can follow this roadmap and really create that reciprocity of the fire and safety inspections, provide a lot of the information in the multiple languages that is needed based on the community that they serve, but also eliminating the local license restrictions that are so severe into our businesses, not very business friendly before this bill. So we're excited that this is now going to be in operation starting January, and that we are a stakeholder in these coming conversations. Why does this matter? As you are working with so many of your community entrepreneurs, right? It reduces the cost and the red tape for small business owners. They already have so much going on. You know, they know their trade, they're cooking, they're enjoying, but they have to learn about operations and all those systems that they never anticipate having to learn. So if they can have you as an advocate to make sure that those barriers and the bureaucracy is removed, they'll be more successful and more happy doing what they like to do, right? And contribute economically. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Love this song.